let's be real here, guys. This phone really should have been called the 7S and 7S Plus. That being said, it is yet another amazing device from Apple. Of course, there's the iPhone X, but it isn't for everyone. Some may really hate that notch, others may hate the new UI. And then you have the new Face ID that Apple is shoving into consumers' faces. Literally. The iPhone 8 and 8 Plus are the big pick for many Apple fans that are looking to upgrade from past devices. The iPhone 8 Plus features the new A11 Bionic chip, a 5.5-inch 1080p LCD screen, 3GB of RAM, comes in 64 or 256GB configurations, and a surprisingly small 2691 mAh battery. The phone is IP67 certified, so it's only dust and water resistant, not waterproof. It is water resistant up to 1 meter for 30 minutes, though I wasn't going to try that. The other biggest change to the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus over the 7 and 7 Plus is the glass back. That's right, the glass back is back. This allows for Qi wireless charging, whereas the aluminum back wouldn't before. Apple thankfully didn't make it something proprietary and allows Apple users to take advantage of all of the available wireless charging accessories on the market today. Thanks, Apple! The rear of the phone features a dual 12 megapixel camera. The main camera is a f1.8 28mm with optical image stabilization. The second is an f2.8 57mm zoom lens. The image quality from the iPhone 8 Plus is superb. They haven't really changed much, but it always gets better. Colors are accurate, images are sharp and crisp, high dynamic range is great. The portrait mode does a decent job of focusing on the subject and giving that professional bokeh look to the background. The rear camera shoots in 4K at 24, 30, and 60 frames per second. The 1080p at 30, 60, 120, and now 240 frames per second. The slow motion from this camera is a blast to play around with and will make it easy to shoot cool vacation videos with a nice cinematic look. Trust me, I played around with it for way too long and I still mess around with it today. The front-facing camera is a 7 megapixel f2.2 32mm camera, shoots 1080p at 30 frames per second or 720p at 240 frames per second. Perfect for selfies and FaceTime with grandma. The new A11 Bionic chip brings insane performance increases while keeping the battery usage to a minimum. Sip, sip, sip. I compared the iPhone 8 Plus to my old iPhone 7 Plus in a head-to-head battle with the Antutu benchmark app. The new A11 chip was noticeably faster in my testing. In day-to-day usage, the phone is blazingly fast and multitasking was as easy and quick as it was on the 7 Plus, so you don't really notice it too much in day-to-day tasks. As for the battery life, I have had zero issues with the phone lasting all day, even though the battery is one of the smallest batteries on a flagship today. I usually end the day with 30 to 40% on the weekends, and during the week I'm usually passing out at night around 60% battery or so. My job that I have now doesn't really allow for me to play around on my phone too much. But battery life does not seem to be a problem. As for the display, Apple decided to stick with the LED backlit IPS LCD screen. They saved the OLED for the iPhone X, of course. The screen is a 5.5-inch wide color gamut 1080p display with True Tone, which basically just makes it look really yellowy and nasty in my opinion. The screen gets bright enough to view in direct sunlight while outside. Video looks great on this display, and 1080p is more than enough for a screen this size. I see 0 point in a 4K phone. Colors look accurate and the image is crystal clear, and of course it still utilizes Apple's 3D Touch technology, which I don't use. As for the audio, the stereo speakers actually sound pretty damn good. Surprisingly good. Take a listen.
Starving and hungry, got me chasing them like an antelope. Peter Piper, hot as a pepper. I see you sweating, I'm a lethal weapon, ready to kill her. Call me a feeling like a guillotine. Chopping your body, got them overdosing, sick from the motion up in the party. Dipping your cerebral, just call me the psychologist. Rain on, just like I'm twisted, a sycopotamus. I'm tripping on the industry, homie, I stay anonymous. Been with detrimental people, talk about not again. Mr. Incredible, sweaty beats so edible, man, I'm getting my minerals. Got me feeling invincible, I ain't even at my pinnacle. My crew is so cynical. When you talk about me, homie, keep the hate to a minimum. Yeah, I'm doing lobotomies, but these haters to follow me, homie, ain't no stopping me, I'm dropping shit.
They get plenty loud enough and they're crystal clear. Unfortunately, Apple is sticking with the removal of the 3.5mm headphone jack, but they do include the Lightning to 3.5mm jack, or adapter, in the box. Apple, please bring back the jack. Overall, I think that iPhone 8 Plus is a gorgeous device. The hardware is solid, per usual. The new glass back makes it feel very premium in the hands, even though I'm too scared and so I put a case on it. And the camera is one of the best on a smartphone right now, second only to the Pixel 2. If you want the best all-around iPhone experience, best performance, with not too high of a price tag anyway, you can get a really nice upgrade by going with the iPhone 8 or 8 Plus and saving a little bit of coin by not going to the iPhone 10. If you want the best of the best, you're gonna have to fork out that money and maybe give up your firstborn and get an iPhone 10. Either way, you're going to enjoy your experience. This has been Josh with Techtopia TV, and you'll see me in the next one.